All right, so we're on our way right now to the property in LA that Hernan is buying off of the company. This is something that we do sometimes when any of us wants to keep something that we got as a group that they want to keep into their personal portfolio. We basically just mark it up. Whoever wants to keep it pays a markup to the company, so that way everybody else makes money on it. And we're on our way right now to meet the architect because we're going to do a conversion here. It's a single family that we're going to convert into 2 units. He's actually going to keep it as a rental. So we're going to meet the architect. We're not closed on the property yet, but this is a way where you're able to expedite the process of getting in and out of the deal. This is basically going to be a BRR strategy, a burst strategy that he's going to do. So we want to hit the ground running, get it done as quickly as possible. So we're not closed yet, but we're going to take advantage of the escrow period to go ahead and start on the plans, get everything going, get everything in motion so that we can get in and out of the deal, get everything approved, get everything going as quickly as possible. So this is a great way to, whenever you guys are going to do anything like that on your projects, you can get in and out and save yourselves weeks and in some cases months of hold time being able to get the process started before you even close on the escrow. All right, guys, so we're just waiting for the architects to get here, so come on in. Alright guys, so this is the inside of the front house. Again, this is a single family with a garage that we're going to make into a 2-unit property. This is the front house, is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath right now. Waiting for the architect to get here right now. We're going to reconfigure this and try to see where we can get a 3-bedroom out of it to obviously increase the rent and increase the value. And the garage, we're going to make it into a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. So, come on in. Sorry. Oh, and you saw a mouse? Yeah. So the good thing is that when you go to the city, this property it's really chopped up. The way they configured it looks really bad. However, there is a legal permit for a family room near the back. So even though it looks funny, you got a legal permit here. So you got a legal precedent here for saying that it's got the square footage that it says that it has. So what we're gonna do with this property, because it's really like amazing here, is we're gonna have to get it all out completely and basically reconfigure the floor plan. So we're gonna submit an existing floor plan to the city and a proposed, and then really just as long as we got legal square footage, we can configure it however we need to, and then we'll pull the permit to add the additional 3rd bedroom in this property, and maybe it'll cost a couple $1,000s, but it'll certainly increase the value of the property itself as well as the rental income that we'll be able to generate from it. You always got to make noise because you never know what you're going to find. So this is the garage. Officially, it's the garage. As you can see, they made it into a makeshift quarters. What we're going to do here is we're going to do an ADU. This is going to be the 2nd unit. And we're going to submit 2 sets of plans with the city. We got the interior remodel going on in the front, which is a very straightforward process. It won't take more than probably like 6 weeks to get that done so we can get started. And while we're getting the plans approved for this, which will probably take about 3 or 4 months out in this city, because we have to hit a lot of different departments, get their approvals, and some of them are a lot slower than others. So while we're getting these plans approved, we're going to be working on the front house, remodeling that. So by the time we're pretty much done with the front and our plans are going to be approved for the back, then we can get started in the 2nd section here. That way we don't have to wait for the whole thing to be done. We're going to basically do it in 2 phases. That saves a lot of time and a lot of money. So we're going to make 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom out of this, which should be simple because as you can tell, it's already here pretty much. The layout is there. It's just a matter of getting it legalized and obviously getting it nice and get ready for the buyer. So what I was saying was that the most important thing that you want to look at is what is the legal square footage. If there's enough square footage in the property, it really doesn't matter if the plumbing's good, the electrical's good,
the rafters, you know, all of that stuff's gonna have to get it out. So you're really working with a clean slate, and that's something to always remember, especially if you're new to the rehabbing business, is don't be overwhelmed by the mess that you see. As you can see here, you know, this thing is it's bad, but this is pretty typical for South Central LA. The main thing that you want to keep in mind is that if the square footage is there, you're working with a clean slate. You're going to gut it all out down to the studs. You're going to submit your proposed and your existing floor plan, and you can just reconfigure everything. Once you take down the plaster, the drywall, rip everything out, then it's like, you know, you got a clear view of what the property is, and you'll get ideas. You know, you can move the kitchen to the front, to the back. You can reposition the bedrooms, the bathrooms, whatever you need to do so that it's functional and it meets the needs of today's buyers and families. That's all you really care about. The main thing to look at is what's the legal square footage. If there's enough space, great, you can do it. If not, sometimes doing a small addition, maybe 100 to 200 square feet, which is pretty straightforward. It's nothing complicated. That will solve the problem. Sometimes you can add 50, 100, $200,000 in value. Obviously, a lot more rent as well if you're gonna do the burst strategy. But don't let the mess overwhelm you. The main thing is what's the square footage.